guys, I'm here today to do my weekly wrap-up week 4 of April. I read 6 books this week, so I'm going to start with the few that are on my iPad Kindle and then go with the physical books. So the first one is Trapping Her by Aurora Rhodes Reynolds. This was the Read Me Romance podcast for the week. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This was Aurora Rhodes Reynolds' first paranormal book, and I really enjoyed it. And she is, there's room for some more books in this series, which I'm super excited about. This follows Cameron and Isabel, and Cameron is a vampire, and this place takes place in Scotland, and I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, and yes, really excited to read the other books in this series. And then I read Muse by Alexa Riley and Fiona Davenport. This is book 1 in the Hollywood series. I read this on Kindle Unlimited. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars, and this came out on the 18th of April. This follows Shelby and Theo, and yeah. So Theo is a conductor, and his friends sent him like a singing gram, and it just happens to be Shelby, and yes. And then the last Kindle book I read was Scary Hot by KD. There's no way I'm going to pronounce that last name right, so I'm not even going to try. And this is a part of the Happily Ever After, sorry, by the Aurora Rhodes Reynolds. So it's a Boom publication, and it's part of her Aurora Rhodes Reynolds world. And I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. This was the first book of hers that I read, and this follows Cayenne and Z, who you meet in until July. And yes, I really enjoyed it, and I'm sorry the glare, but yes, it's a motorcycle, 3.5 out of 5. I also got it from Kindle Unlimited. And then the first book I actually read this week was Sadie by Courtney Summers. I listened to this on audio. I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. I listened to it for audiobookathon, and this meant the challenge of full cast and out of comfort zone, because it is a mystery or thriller, and I don't read those, but the audiobook I really enjoyed, and thought it was good. This follows Sadie, who wants to get revenge on the person who murdered her sister, and this has like a podcast, and it was really interesting. 3 out of 5 stars. So, and then also for the audiobookathon, I read Last to Know by Macaulay Smeltzer. This is the first book in the Willow Creek series. I read this in 2016 when it came out. Yeah, 2015. So it was a reread, and this follows Emma Ann Maddox, who is the drummer of Willow Creek, and this one is a YA book. The other 3 books in this series are new adult. This one is YA, so you can read it if you're younger. And I really enjoyed it. Again, and this also recently just came out on audio. It released on the 14th or 18th, and I listened to it, and it was really good. And yeah, I love this cover. And also there's a hedgehog, so Yes, like this book is really good. I might plan to read the whole rest of the series. At some point, reread the whole rest of the series. But anyways, this follows Emma and Maddox, 5 out of 5 stars, and really enjoyed it. Then the last book I read was Fighting to Forget by J.B. Salisbury. This is book 3 in the Fighting series, and this follows Gia and Rex. And this book has some really hard topics. It has like abuse, drug issues, drug use, and that sort of thing. So just be aware. 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. This follows Gia and Rex, who Rex was a foster kid, and he spent some time in Gia's house, and then they meet years later, and Gia changed her appearance and whatnot, and yes, it's very dark, and I listened to this on audio, and yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. I'm excited to continue reading the series. Now, let me tell you about the 2 books I'm currently reading. The first one is a reread, and that is The Hookup by Kristen Ashley. This is book 1 in the Moonlight and Motor Oil series. The second book comes out on the 30th. So I figured I would reread this one so I could just listen to the new book, which is Slow Burn. Yeah, Slow Burn, and that comes out on the 30th. So, yes, I'm at like 15%, so it's not that far going in. And then the second book I am currently reading is Balance by Luca Fernando, or Franco, sorry. And this is book 1 in the Off Balance, or Balance series, Off Balance, I think it's called. And I am only on chapter 5, which is like 46 pages in. Yeah, I haven't moved my bookmark. So, not very far in this. I'm doing a buddy read with one of my subscribers. And, yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. People might have an issue with this, because of the age gap, which I didn't realize she was so young. But you'll hear more about it in my wrap-up when I finish this. And yes, I'm super excited to continue on with this and The Hookup. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.